take a trip out to Athens, Georgia. The good folks at Dogs HQ going to keep you in the know, man. I keep telling you, Rusty Mansell, Jake Rowe, Palmer Toms, like they crush all the coverage. Get a membership at Dogs HQ, Georgia on 3 site. Had Arian Smith right now, that wide receiver for Georgia that's sort of had a lot of buzz around him going into every single season in the sense of he's just got so much speed, he's such a big play threat. There's that buzz at the fan base level, but then there's stuff going on behind closed doors, whether it's just how he's practicing or him not being able to stay healthy. There's always been that what if with him, though. Right now, behind closed doors, sounds like he's lighting it on fire 3 weeks into spring football. They're really excited about the way that he's trending. And the feeling is with him, if he's able to become who this Georgia staff thinks he could be, meaning he's that big play threat, he's that guy that stretches the field, that changes the entire complexion of how defenses will have to play Georgia. Because Arian Smith now, he's real deal track speed. Like there is not many individuals in college football that will win in a foot race against number 11. And so you have that light bulb come on for him in 2024. You better play 2 safeties deep. And if you don't play 2 deep, you better keep one at like 12, 10 yards to make sure you honor the fact that he could burn you at any given moment. And so the reason why that's important now, if you have to play more of a conservative approach on the back end, Georgia can just pound the rock. For those of y'all listening on podcast and hear that sound, that is my hand going into my fist because that is what they will be doing. They will be pounding the rock for 4 quarters, and they will make you say uncle. Other part of this, Lennon Humphries, he's progressing. Also a guy with really elite speed. They're excited about the way that he's trending, and that would be absolutely massive if they could have Arian Smith and Lennon Humphries both come into their own. That'd be huge. The defense still coming along. Now, that's expected. 55% of the production from last year is back. I wouldn't be overly concerned at the things that you hear or don't hear about this defense this early into spring, because if I'm a Georgia fan, here's the deal, man. I trust the chef and I trust the ingredients. The chef is the best defensive staff, or one of the best defensive staffs, one of the best defensive minds in college football, in Kirby Smart, Glenn Schumann, and T-Rob. That's the chef. That's the staff putting the ingredients together. And the ingredients are top 3 class after top 3 class after top 3 class. From 2021 to 2024, they have not recruited outside of the top 3. There's a reason why Georgia's surgical in the portal and they don't have to go and overhaul a bunch of talent every single offseason, because Georgia's got a lot in-house. Ellis Robinson was the number 1 corner in the class of 2024 for us here at On 3. He has been getting after it. Or sorry, industry, I believe he was the number 1 corner. Bottom line, he's been balling. Okay, we sat down with him at the On 3 NIL Elite Series event in Nashville, and you could tell the guy loves football. Like, he's one of those guys that from just getting to meet him, you understand, like, this dude is about the right things, and that's probably going to bode well when he gets into an environment that is Georgia's football facility and the way they compete, the way they battle. He had a really strong week, and they're saying that if he continues to trend this way, don't be surprised if Ellis Robinson gets some playing time. That quarterback room right now has got a lot of competition within it, but the way that he's trending now, don't be surprised if you see that true freshman Ellis Robinson get out there and make some noise. Also worth noting, with Ellis Robinson having played at IMG, he's played against college-level talent since being there. He's been in a college rhythm since being at IMG, because it's a boarding school. You do football, you go to your meal, you go to class, you go back to weight training. Like, there's a rhythm here that he's not having to acclimate to that otherwise early enrollees or other true freshmen will and are acclimating to at this point in time. Half of college football for freshmen is learning college and then having to learn the football. Ellis Robinson doesn't sound like he is having any trouble with that at this point in time. Last note here on Georgia, there is a ton of confidence around that offensive line. Now, you lose Cedric Van Prant. There's no way around that. But they think they've got 5 maulers up front. And to have the folks internally at Georgia feel that way about those big human beings, let me tell you, they are big. I think the smallest one is something like 6'3" and like 310 is the smallest. This is what wins in the postseason in college football. Now, there's other ingredients too, like experience and not beating yourself and having good quarterback play. That's obviously a part of it. But when you can just dictate your tempo, play in and play out to the other team, and set the physical tone of a ball game by how your offensive line plays, especially late in the year when everyone's dinged up, everyone's tired, no one's 100%, and you can just call power right, inside zone left, call sweep, like whatever you want to call, you can do it and you feel confident doing it because of that offensive line. That's a game changer. And it sounds like that is the approach Georgia is going to be able to have if they want it with what they have up front. So if I'm Georgia, a lot of good vibes so far to spring camp. It's early on. We talk a lot about how you can't lose a spring if you're a fan base, and you shouldn't, but so far so good out there in Georgia. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.